Former presidential candidate accused President Tinubu of nurturing a motor park brand of politics that has led to legislative rascality and the erosion of constitutional governance. The founder of the Citadel Global Community Church, God Bakare, has delivered a scathing critique of Nigeria's leadership during his Easter Sunday State of the Nation broadcast in Lagos. He called for a change in leadership approach, warning that Nigeria is too delicate for the current brand of politics. He urged President Tinubu to reflect on the dangers of unlimited power and to stop playing God. Recall that Mr. Bakare was a former vice presidential candidate to Muhammadu Buhari during the 2011 elections under the Congress for Progressive Change. In 2022, the fairy preacher obtained the 100 million naira presidential expression of interest and nomination forms of the ruling All Progressive Congress. He, however, got 0 votes at the party's presidential primaries. President Bola Tinubu beat all the other aspirants to the ticket, polling 1,217 delegate votes. Asems, what do you make of this position and this statement by Bakare?
We are all okay. This is a normal narrative with Bakare and I think the other young man there.
I remember in 2017, Bakare, during one of his sermons, which I call demonstratives virtuals on government in power at any point in time, he described the administration of Obasanjo, Yaradua, and the then President Buhari, and called them colonial masters. He gave reasons why he referred to them as colonial masters. For instance, he said Obasanjo was in government for 8 years. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was in government for 6 years or thereabout. And President Buhari was in government for about 5 years after that time. And they could not manufacture candle, according to him. So he had the same reasons why he had to, go on that demonstratics, virtuals against these administrations. At this point in time, it has become very imperative that what he has said need not be overemphasized. The Nigerian masses are already aware. We have been emasculated, harangued, and subjugated by hunger and poverty, poor people one, to the extent that the Nigerian man or many Nigerian men are walking the street like a walking corpse. Things have become so difficult that the abolition and the acerbic extinction of the middle class has now become legendary with what is going on in Nigeria. I need no soothsayer, I need no religious, humanetics to come and tell me that there is palpable hunger in the land and starvation. We don't need those people. It's a normal thing that's been going on. But I look at this. The question I've asked is this. They've been talking since 2017, like for my record, which is about 8 years from now. What are the solutions they have proffered? In their various churches also, they have impoverished and pauperized their followers, as the case may be. A man who was able to build a 2 billion naira auditorium and even changed the name church from Latter Day Assembly, whatever, to a global one thing, whatever as the name refers. I have been privileged to attend that his church in Oba, and I found out that he is building not just the Christian of the Christ, but he is building the Christians of the Beelzebub, those who come around and worship wealth. if you can build a cathedral of 2 billion where there's AC all over the place, the poor man cannot go there with his putrefying smell and sit in one of the chairs and say he wants to worship God. You'll be all shocked and awestruck. The vicinity alone will drive away those who really need Christ, because you think it's a nightclub. I've been there. You would think the building is a nightclub. So these are people with, injured conscience, brutalized, conscience that have gone or almost going into extinction because they have become deadened in the way they think. But that does not detract from the fact that he that he is criticizing and that is being criticized, they are of the same category. They all belong to the plutocratic, members of the society who do not suffer lack. They do not know whether there is a shortage of gari. They don't know whether there is a shortage of rice. They are always in affluence and have taken debauchery and inebriation to a level of stupor. That is why you see they can sit down and begin to talk in an AC room. But those of us who suffer it will talk more with vitriol and venom. And we don't need nobody to remind us. What we need now is a solution. What are the solutions to our problems? That is number one. Number two is that he talked about the executive arm and the legislature hobnobbing. Of course, it's a well-known fact that in Africa, especially in Nigeria, it's an exception for you to have a legislature that is independent of the executive arm. The Nigerian mantra has defied the Baron Stanley Montesquieu's postulation of separation of powers, like I said earlier. And what Baron Montesquieu, said as at that time in the early 19th century, he was talking about and feared what is happening in Nigeria today. That the moment you have two arms coalescing, coagulating into one, then there is need for chaos and anomie if care is not taken. Now the people are the ones who are going to bear the brunt. It is something we have discussed before now, that even the local government as it is in the states, in fact the governors and the House of Assemblies of the state hobnob in cahoots to undo the common man. So we don't need postulations and sanctimonious platitudes of this nature for us to know the truth of the matter. It is well put.
It is well put.